So consistently, there is a team that wins the NFC North. I'm not talking about winning games or winning the NFC North or NFC Championship or Super Bowl. I'm talking about winning the off season. Yes, that's what we're talking about. The Green Bay Packers get some hilarious NFC North news now, whether it's individual signings or just winning the off season in and of itself. Okay, so you can go back to 2024 top 10 NFL signings. This is individual signings out there. The Chicago Bears acquire Keenan Allen from the Chargers, and they think that he's going to make this big difference joining rookie quarterback Caleb Williams along with Rome Odunze, two top 10 picks in last year's NFL draft. And then you fast forward to this year, right? So 5 teams that won the NFL offseason. Well, the Bears, Raiders hype translate into wins. Okay, so this is a consistent theme throughout the years that the Chicago Bears, they seem to do very well in the offseason. I'm not trying to take anything away from the Chicago Bears because, yes, they did go out and make some big signings. And we talked about that they needed a lot of help because Caleb Williams a lot of times found himself running for his life due to the inefficiencies on the front line. Also due to inefficiencies at the head coach position, Matt Eberflus. Now they get Ben Johnson there. They get Joe Thuney, Jonah Jackson, Drew Dahlman on their front 5 to bolster that offensive line that seemed to be really shaky. And then they go and pick up a guy in Luther Burden and then Colston Loveland, the tight end out of Michigan, in the draft. Now, I'm not saying that the Chicago Bears didn't have a good offseason. They certainly did, but this is a reoccurring theme. But now it's getting a little obnoxious and annoying because you're talking even with Colin Cowherd. I shared that video yesterday that he thinks the Chicago Bears and the Detroit Lions are going to be the only 2 teams out of the NFC North to go and make the playoffs. Okay. And it's getting obnoxious and it's just getting super frustrating, but laughable at the same time. And then you look at another ranking here. CBS puts out top 10 NFL off seasons as a whole, as a unit. The Bears and Patriots among teams to set themselves up for success. Again, we keep hearing about this, right? The Cleveland Browns ranked number 10 on their list, the Philadelphia Eagles 9, the Indianapolis Colts, the Buffalo Bills, Carolina Panthers. I do think the Carolina Panthers did have a good offseason. Same thing with the Commanders. They did some things to help themselves as well. The Denver Broncos, I thought, had a good offseason. The Minnesota Vikings are right up there, is what they say. They got some offensive line help as well. But then they also lose Sam Darnold, and they're relying heavily on J.J. McCarthy. So I don't think it was a success for the Minnesota Vikings in that they lost their quarterback leader, and now they're going to lean heavily into a unproven rookie quarterback, sophomore quarterback, as all intensive purposes, going to be a rookie in J.J. McCarthy. And I just don't see it. I don't see that, being a successful offseason due to the fact that they lost their leader out there. Then you got the New England Patriots. And of course, number 1 on the list, you see it right there on your screen, the Chicago Bears. Number 1 on the list. And it talks about the guys that we've just mentioned, Joe Thuney, Drew Dahlman, a guy I wanted in Green Bay, Jonah Jackson, Grady Jarrett on defense. They went and they, elevated some needs out there. Okay, so last year, how did that translate for them? Okay, let's look at the NFC North standings. Well, as you can see right here, the Detroit Lions, Minnesota Vikings, Green Bay Packers, they all made the playoffs. Chicago Bears were 5-12, and that was after high aspirations, high expectations of the Chicago Bears winning the offseason and getting a guy like Caleb Williams with first pick overall, Rome Odunze, top 10 pick, a wide receiver that was going to help Caleb Williams out immensely. Oh, they forgot to bolster their offensive line. Now this year they do, but until they can prove something out there, out on the football field, I just don't see it happening. Okay, so then The Athletic puts out winners and losers of this offseason. Okay, winners, Philadelphia Eagles, the Minnesota Vikings, New England Patriots. Oh yeah, the Chicago Bears. They are one of the winners of the offseason. Again, I'm not necessarily disagreeing it, but it's just laughable. But that seems to be the only thing that they can win is the offseason. But then come regular season, they just can't put that team together, put anything together. Losers. This I actually found pretty interesting because I haven't really saw anybody label the Detroit Lions as losing the offseason. I absolutely think they lost the offseason. It's not because of my deep-seated hatred for the Detroit Lions, but I absolutely think that they lost this offseason, losing Ben Johnson, losing Aaron Glenn, losing your Pro Bowl center. That's going to have an impact on how their season goes. It's going to have an impact. I know this is a very talented Detroit Lions team, but they certainly lost the offseason. And then you get just this clown, this guy, and let's listen to what Caleb Williams has to say.
I'm in Green Bay. I mean, they suck, but
Green Bay, yeah, they suck. Caleb Williams, man, I can't wait to play you, whether at Green Bay or at Soldier Field. I cannot wait to play Caleb Williams. I can't wait to dominate. Chicago still sucks. I'm saying that right here, right now. Chicago still sucks. I see them finishing either third or fourth in the division. I don't quite know. I'm not a believer in their offseason moves because, again, they keep winning the offseason, but never really translate into anything when it comes to the regular season. Leave your comments, and as always, go Pack Go.